What's up, guys? You're here with Shades, and we're about to do another Let's Play of Danganronpa. Where we left off, we finally finished the investigation, and now we're going to start the class trial and prove our innocence. Let's go. And into the rabbit hole we go. That's very loud. More people. Naigi, you're late. Everyone's been waiting. You were just scared that your crime would be exposed. You shouldn't settle on a culprit just yet. Wait until the class trial. There, every detail of Naigi's crime will be made known from beginning to end. Nice to know that you have faith in me. In other words, he thinks I'm the culprit. However, both Maizono and myself know perfectly well that I am not the culprit. But then, who's the real culprit? Ah, my mouse. The true culprit, the one who killed Maizono, is someone in this room. You're all here? In that case, please board the elevator at the front of the room. That will take you guys to the courtroom. The courtroom that will determine your guys' fate. I'll be one step ahead of you, waiting for your arrival. I just realized that my FPS counter is on. Hold on. Out of my way! All I need to do is get on this elevator. Very well, let us proceed. Yes, let's. Are you afraid? No, not so much afraid. I said this once already, but you must uncover the truth behind this incident yourself, Naigi. If you don't, you'll never accept what happened. I must uncover the truth behind this incident. Regardless of whether you said that or not, that was the plan. For Maizono's sake. I'll find the culprit no matter what. I raised my voice as if trying to convince myself. Then, on shaking legs, headed for the elevator. With each step I took, my heart beat faster and faster. Everyone else had already boarded the elevator, when I, the last one, stepped on. The door closed, and the elevator began to move. The elevator descended below the ground, making a clunking noise that hurt my ears. This is what death row inmates must feel like, waiting for their execution. Wouldn't it be apt to say you feel like a defendant awaiting judgment? Disconnected from our feelings of uncertainty, the elevator continued, sinking deeper and deeper. You're finally here. How about it? Is this truly the courtroom you had imagined? We're talking Hollywood level realism here. My ass, this place reeks of bad taste. Right. You guys, please find the seat with your name on it. Andale. We did as we were told, and headed toward our assigned seats. We took to our seats, arranged in a circle. Everyone was visible to everyone else at just a glance. Our collective tension sent sparks flying through the air. The air in that place turned oppressive in a flash. And the curtain rose on a trial for life and a judgment of death. Deception in life and treachery in death. Betrayal for life and betrayal for death. Dear God, this is very long. The riddles of life and the mystery of death. Justification for life and rationalization of death. Faith in life and trust in death. The class trial to live or the class trial to die. What was that, poetry? No, I will not save. Although it is a good idea to save before the trial, you might mess up a lot. Okay, here's some preparation. Lecture idea to look at all the ammo you've collected so far, and skills. This is important. All the skills you've gained by making relationships with all the other students will help you a lot during the class trial, such as the strong arm we got from I actually forgot what his name is, and voice of gold, which we also got from what was his name, Maizono. Those two voices will help. Abilities will help you throughout the class trial. The SP counter, which you see to the left, yeah, it's the left, well, you can increase that by talking to other people. If they're not giving you any powers, they're gonna give you skill points. And then finish preparations. There's pretty much nothing else you can do besides give yourself some powers. Court's now in session! Let's start off with a simple explanation. You guys' votes determine the trial's outcome. Finger the true villain and only the villain gets punished, but make the wrong accusation and everyone else gets punished, leaving your deceiver to graduate free and clear. Is one of us really the culprit? Lower the volume again. You betcha! Alright, everyone, close your eyes, then raise your hand if you're the culprit. You dumbass, who'd raise their hand? Can this wait? There's something else I'd like to ask before we begin. What exactly is the purpose of that? Isn't it sad to be left out because you're dead? Friendship overcomes life and death. Coming over friendship? In that case, what about the empty seat? There are only 15 of us, so why are there only 16 seats? Oops. No reason in particular, it just means the courtroom can accommodate up to 16 people. Well, that should do it for the intro. Let's get this party started! First, how about a summary of what went down? Go on, get cracking. Here goes. The trial to figure out which one of us is the culprit. No poetry again, I'm gonna swear I'm gonna kill someone. If something strange comes up and I don't say anything, then not just mine, but everyone's life will be in danger. No tutorial. Pretty much, you have to instead of me explaining, how about I show you? Let's do this! Signs of a struggle. That is our ammo. We must use that to refute someone's statement. And that reticle actually does drift a little bit, so it does make it a little difficult to aim. Dude, we know that much. The murder occurred in Naigi's bedroom. She was in the shower. And while in the shower, Maizono was suddenly attacked. And killed without a fight. Bang! You're wrong! Break! Oh yeah, this... you get a grade based on how fast and how accurate you were in your assumption. That'll be explained later. You get a prize in the end. Wait a second, Fujizaki. You're forgetting about the state of my room. It's obvious from the room's condition that some sort of struggle took place here. A struggle? Between who? A struggle between Maizono and the culprit, of course. So, Maizono wasn't suddenly attacked while she was in the shower? Rather, she fled into the shower after being attacked in Naigi's bedroom. The culprit gave chase, and that's where she was killed. If you'd so much as looked at the scene, we wouldn't have had to spell things out for you. I'm really sorry. Alright, then let's move on. Indeed, the next topic is that of the murder weapon. Ah, so this is what it's come to. I need to make sure everyone knows what weapon the culprit used to kill Maizono. It was a knife! Non-stop debate. Number 2. Kitchen knives! I like knives! Ooh, this has knives. I like knives. What was the weapon used to murder Sayaka Maizono? It was a blade sticking out of Maizono's stomach. Without a doubt, that was the murder weapon. Took a dagger. Wrong! I can imagine Lex Luthor just yelling, WRONG! Combo breaker. Aw, yeah. The blade wasn't a dagger. It was a kitchen knife. Huh? A kitchen knife? One of the knives from the kitchen was found missing after the incident. And it was that knife which was used for the murder. Yeah, you're probably right. If you look real close. The thing sticking out of the chick's gut does look like a knife. Yeah, we get it. She was killed with a knife. What's your point? I mean, really, any way you spin it, Naigi's still the killer. That's right, Naigi's room was the crime scene. What more proof could you want? Wait a minute, You defeat the purpose of this trial by debating a conclusion before we finished our debate. I'm just saying, the outcome ain't gonna change, no matter how much we talk about it. No, that's not true. I'm certain we'll reach a breakthrough if we continue the debate. Huh? A breakthrough? She's right, there's gotta be more buried here. Because I'm not the culprit, beyond a shadow of a doubt. This supplemental debate, I think, talks about fast-forwarding the debate, since it does go kind of slow, but to be honest, fast forwarding does make your accuracy a little less, because you might skip over something that you could have refuted. So I try not to do it unless I know what they're gonna say, like if I messed up or something. But it's pretty useful if you know what's gonna happen. But it does waste time a little bit faster. Asahina's testimony. So the weapon was a knife. I said that backwards. But what's your point? Naigi took it from the kitchen when the cafeteria was empty. Fire! Wrong! I seriously have to edit a video of Lexus going wrong in there. 100 points. Perfect for Asians. Wait, it wasn't me who took the knife from the kitchen. Next, you're gonna say, I'm not the culprit. Say all you want, you're just talk. And what if I said there was a witness? Isn't that right, Asahina? What? I mean, you told me yourself. This is just a flashback. We all know what happened. Yeah. Asahina, the knife disappeared while you were in the cafeteria, right? Yeah, it did. And did I come to the cafeteria while you were there? I don't think you did. You don't think? No, he didn't. I'm positive. The knife was taken while Asahina was in the cafeteria, yet I didn't go there during that time. In other words, I couldn't have taken the knife. In that case, what about this? Makoto Naigi and that brainless mermaid are accomplices, and she's falsifying her testimony. Brainless mermaid? Wait a sec. Why am I an accomplice? On the subject, I'd like to ask the teddy bear, if there is an accomplice, are they too considered a villain? Well, here's your answer. While it is possible to bring along an accomplice for a murder, only the perpetrator himself can graduate. Which means no matter how they assist in the crime, the accomplice has nothing to gain. Then it doesn't seem likely there's an accomplice. But the culprit might not have known about that rule. Ugh, just get on with it, come on. There's not. There's no accomplice this time. Oops, I've said too much. Anyway, I did not go into the cafeteria, and I didn't take the knife. Which means I'm not the culprit, you jackasses. Then, who really did go to get the knife? It's possible Asahina, who was in the cafeteria the entire time, could have done it. No, it wasn't me. Is there perchance another who could corroborate that? Corroborate. Last night, I was in the cafeteria drinking tea with Sakura the entire time. Just for the record, Sakura is... Gotcha! So either Hina or Ogre snuck out with the knife. Nope, that's not possible, because, out with it! Last night, I slept in Asahina's room. I was scared after watching that creepy video, so I kinda forced Sakura to stay the night. So anyway, we both got alibis. Isn't that against the rules? It is prohibited to sleep outside a bedroom, but sleeping in someone else's room isn't prohibited. So I don't think there's any problem. Of course there's a problem. It's unwholesome. A man and a woman sleeping in the same room? But I am female. Forgive me. Got told. But if the two in the cafeteria didn't do it, there are no other... No, there remains another option. Does there not, Asahina? Well, yeah, actually, while we were in the cafeteria, one other person did come by. And this didn't come up earlier. Why? Because it's someone who's no longer here. Someone no longer here. She couldn't possibly mean. The one who came to the cafeteria was the victim, Sayaka Maizono. Maizono. In which case, the person who took the knife is... Sayaka Maizono. So, it was Maizono who took the knife. That is indeed how it appears to be. Furthermore, thinking back on it now, her behavior was a little unusual. She entered the cafeteria and went straight to the kitchen, not a glance in our direction. She said she came for a drink of water, but more than likely, that was when... So, the one who took the knife was the victim herself, Maizono. I'm sure she thought she could use it to defend herself. So the culprit stole the knife Maizono took to defend herself, then killed her with it. Which means just because someone didn't take the knife, doesn't mean they're in the clear. Huh? Yes! See? Naegi really is the culprit after all. Don't smile at me like that. You know you're wrong. I told you, I didn't do it. So that was your goal all along, to twist the discussion and lead us down the wrong path. You are the proprietor of a terrifying ability. Crap! At this rate, I really will be named the culprit. Why don't you get it, guys? If you decide I'm the culprit, everyone's dead. Wait, don't you think it's a little early to declare Naegi the culprit? The culprit who took actions which are inconceivable for the owner of the room. Until we solve the aforementioned mystery, can we say for sure Naegi is the culprit? Inconceivable? The hell are you talking about? Something you'd expect to find in Naigi's room, the crime scene, was conspicuously missing. You know where this is going, don't you, Naegi? An epiphany anagram is about to begin. Would you like to see a tutorial? Pretty much an epiphany anagram is you have to complete a certain word. It's pretty much kind of like Hangman. You shoot the letters that are flying at you, and if they fit the word, they fit the word. If not, you get a penalty. That's pretty much it. So no tutorial. Something you would expect to find at the crime scene, but wasn't there. I can feel it. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Epiphany anagram. This one's hair, I believe. A. Fire! For some reason, some letters take a lot longer to shoot down. There we go. Sokwagata! Which I believe that's it, I got it. Yeah, I got another A. Mom will be so proud. That's right! There wasn't even a single strand of hair in my room. So you're saying the culprit destroyed evidence? Now, if I were the culprit, would I really need to clean my own room so thoroughly of hair? I mean, there's nothing unusual about my own hair being in my own room, is there? You clean the room of hair to remove any trace of the fact that Maizono had visited your room. Is that so hard to believe? If you wanted to remove any trace of her, rather than her hair, you would have removed her corpse. A reasonable claim. But then, why wasn't there any hair? Because the culprit cleaned it, of course, to hide the fact that they had visited the room. Which means, yes, it's unthinkable that the culprit would be the owner of the room. Then, Naegi isn't the culprit? I've been telling you guys from stage 1. But it is acceptable to make an important decision based solely on hair. No, there's further foundation on which we can say Naegi is not the culprit. We are listening. Think back on the vicinity of the shower, where the crime took place. Maizono was first attacked in Naigi's room, and after that, she fled into the shower. The culprit chased after her into the shower. There, he stabbed and killed her. At that time, was the culprit able to enter the shower unhindered? Whatever do you mean? In order to enter the shower, the culprit had to exert considerable effort. Doing so, the culprit would have left behind clear evidence. Do you remember, Naegi? The culprit had to exert considerable effort to enter the shower. The evidence of that is, I believe it's the broken doorknob. Got it. The shower's doorknob is evidence of the effort the culprit took, right? What happened to the doorknob, dude? It was broken. The doorknob to my bedroom shower was broken. See, the upper screws were removed and the doorknob was undone. It's true, but why is the doorknob? To break the shower's lock, the culprit removed the entire doorknob. This is another action inconceivable of the room's owner. Further basis, Naegi couldn't be the culprit. You're saying he wouldn't bust down his own door? If he had to break it down, he'd break it down. Hardly inconceivable. The text. So you still don't understand. In that case, let's go back over the progression of the crime. I'm sure you'll understand then. What Kirigiri means by actions inconceivable of the room's owner is hidden in the progression of the crime. Okay, more non-stop debate. I think this is the one where you get to slow down the debate. If you slow it down, it also reduces the cursor drift, which makes it easier to aim. Some parts of the game actually do require you to slow down the debate, because later on it gets much more difficult. But as of right now, you don't need to, but I'll show you anyway. Non-stop debate. Misaligned shower door. Oh yeah, no one knows that but me. And Kirigiri. See, slow. It reduces that blue bar over there, but to be honest, I don't really need it. You just have to pay attention to the... Then fled into the shower, chasing after her. The culprit entered the shower, broke the doorknob. The door was locked. Wrong! Whoops, I missed. Fuck. No! Shit. Fast forward time. It's not settled. Fast forward. Gotcha! Break! Yeah, there are times when I just completely fuck up, so whatever. It's still an A for some reason. The reason my shower door wouldn't open isn't because it was locked. That's because only the girls' rooms have locks in their shower doors, right? Now that you mention it, that is the case. Then why wouldn't Naigi's shower door open? Because of the door's alignment. Huh? Your door's alignment? The door to my shower isn't aligned properly. Monokuma can attest to that. Yes, he speaks the truth. But for the super duper high school luckster, Naigi to get the only room with a misaligned door, that's not good luck at all. The shower door wouldn't open because it was misaligned. But the culprit mistook it for being locked. For that reason, the culprit broke down the whole doorknob. Though, why would the culprit mistakenly think the door was locked? Every one of us should have known the boys' rooms don't have locks on their showers. The culprit made that mistake because they were unaware of an important fact about the scene. The killer assumed the shower door was locked, because it didn't know that the room wasn't supposed to have a lock, which means they couldn't have known that they were in my room. The culprit most likely didn't know the crime scene was my room. What? The killer didn't know where the crime scene took place. Unprecedented. But he's right. What? Though, to be more precise, the culprit didn't know that Naigi and Maizono had exchanged rooms. For that reason, the culprit mistook it for her own bedroom, and so believing the shower door to be locked, he destroyed the lock, unaware of the futility of his actions. In the end, there's no saying whether it was the culprit's use of force or the whims of fate, but, in all the confusion, I doubt the culprit knew exactly why it opened either. Whatever the case, he was quite the roundabout methodology, trying to break a non-existent lock. There's no way I'd do something like that, right? Knowing why the door didn't open, right? I admit, you're probably right. Then the culprit is someone who didn't know about the room exchange. Naigi doesn't fit the profile! Of course I don't! And I've been saying as much from the start. Thanks for the faith, you guys. Then who is the killer? Pardon me, but I'm laying down my king. What'll happen if we don't figure out who the killer is? Alright, then we'll just decide it by majority vote. You can just do that? Anyway, ain't this kinda bad? Someone's gotta do something. True is truth, or... It doesn't matter how insignificant it may seem. Is there anyone who has any sort of uncertainty? Ah, I have one. Oh, you? Why do you sound so disappointed? Hurry up and tell us, Asahina. Yeah. So, I was thinking, how did the culprit get into Naigi's room in the first place? Indeed, the method the culprit used to enter the crime scene. Could Maizono have dropped her room key and then the culprit found it? I don't think she would drop it so conveniently. Then, did he pick the lock? No, the locks should be equipped with anti-picking mechanisms. Then allow me to answer. The culprit used a much simpler method. The culprit disguised himself as a visitor, and Maizono invited him in herself. No, that's not right. Oh, someone doesn't know their place. You're quite something to be contradicting me. Earth to Naigi, how can you be so sure that I am wrong? That's because she was scared that she asked me for that in the first place. That should be sufficient evidence. Some evidence showing that Maizono almost certainly wouldn't have invited someone into the room. The actual room exchange. Maizono was afraid, remember? That's why she asked to exchange rooms with me. More flashback. Pretty much her telling us that she would not open the door no matter who came. I hate flashbacks. I can't imagine she would open the door herself after saying that to me. And what if fear itself was a lie? What? What are you saying? Why would you tell a lie like that? You probably don't want to consider the possibility, Naigi, but can you still say that after seeing this? I want to speak with you alone. Please come to my room in 5 minutes. Be sure to check the nameplate so I don't get the wrong room. By rubbing a pencil over the top page of a notepad in a certain room, this message appeared. Ah, I've seen that on TV before. Writing on a notepad leaves marks on the next page that you can see by rubbing over it with a pencil. When I saw that, I thought, when writing in a notepad, you've got to tear out a page first. It's an old trick, but the classics can be surprisingly helpful. For the record, the notepad was found on the desk in Naigi's room. Huh? In summary, only someone who had been in Naigi's room prior to could have left this note. Either the room's owner, Naigi, or the one who exchanged room with him last night, Maizono. Naigi, did you write this? No, I didn't. Indeed, this note also has what appears to be Maizono's signature. Then this note was written by Maizono? But why would she write a note like that? She was trying to call on a certain person. In doing so, she made use of that note. By slipping the note under their door, she attempted to call upon them in secret. To be summoned in that fashion by the super-duper high school idol would be OHKO any guy. I don't know what that means. Though, that doesn't apply to me with my 2-dimension restriction. He's a weirdo. However, does the supposed character called upon by that note actually exist? Even assuming such a character exists, it's unthinkable they could be involved in the incident. Huh? Why not? Would you like to know? Then allow me to tell you. Another debate? Bedroom nameplates. Maizono and Naigi exchanged rooms, did they not? However, according to the note, my room is the meeting place. Oops, wrong. Whoopsie. Whoops. Fast forward a little more. Ah, yes. If they were summoned by that note, they would have gone to Maizono's room. There we go. I'm jumping the gun a little bit here. Both literally and figuratively.